eked into that gap. He has wedged himself into it, and I think that says and sets the tone straight away here for Otis Lawrence to potentially go for a move. And there we are, straight away up the inside of turn 3 there, and that is fantastic. I didn't expect it that quickly. That was a huge lunge as Otis Lawrence goes up there, but that gives the DRS to Thomas Ronhaar. No, he doesn't. Otis Lawrence has still kept behind. Look at that, DRS chicking all the way, and Otis Lawrence now opens the DRS, fighting, pushing him to the side, and Otis Lawrence wedges himself up the inside, runs the Alfa Romeo wide, and is choice to his tactics, but Thomas Ronhaar still there. They'll keep fighting. There's contact between the two. That was Otis Lawrence in the wall as well, and now Otis Lawrence finally has the lead of the race, but at what cost is there damage to that McLaren?
Moments on social media tomorrow from this race from these two drivers, absolutely pushing each other to the limits. We'll see what they'll say and come the interview stages. Ronhaar just staying behind now, only 2/10 in it. Danny Berezny's caught up about 3 seconds as they started fighting. Again, not going to make a difference, but just showing the perspective of these two drivers continuing to slow each other down. Need to be very careful here, because if they're not careful, they're both out this race.
Absolutely. Now Thomas Ronhaar right behind Otis Lawrence once again, and oh, you can just see that he's parking it a little bit on the apex. He's not allowing Thomas to springboard his way out of turn 3 through turns 4 and turn 5 as they head down the Raffles Boulevard, and it's 2/10 the gap. That's close enough to pounce. He's up the inside before they reach the kink of turn 6, and now around the outside of turn 7, Otis Lawrence absolutely sends it in, and they're both off. Verstappen and Hamilton-esque in Brazil. Thomas Ronhaar throws it up the inside, and that's huge damage for the McLaren. You can see there's not orange wing damage more. There is no front wing, and it's a game of bumper cars here on the streets, weaving as well, and these two are either having fun with it or at war.
Oh, I said this was not going to end well. As Thomas going around the outside, will he get pushed off? No, he's had to slow it right down as well. As Danny Berezny's catching up by the seconds now. That is crazy. Both drivers not leaving an inch for each other. It was only a matter of time before one of them get done in a damage. And honestly, the both of them, their tactics are kind of on level with each other. They're not giving any of them any space whatsoever, as Ronhaar's going to definitely just take the lead of this race now. He might have damage, but it's nowhere near as bad as Otis Lawrence's.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say it was elbows out, but it was more like knives out at times there. They were absolutely at each other's throats, and Otis Lawrence all over the place, and there was maybe a little bit more damage there for Thomas Ronhaar. Otis Lawrence is going to stay out, and look, we mentioned those Ferraris earlier on. Scott, you were right to allude to them, because they are right back in this fight, and who knows what damage the car of Thomas Ronhaar has, because he's right with them, and Thomas Ronhaar now has a penalty to boot. This could be Esteban Pukki's day out of nowhere.